Wagwan shorties and mans. Today we're in Saudi Arabia, in the middle of nowhere. Actually, no, we're near the suburbs of Riyadh, and right now we're going to an area called the Edge of the World, and that's going to be our first attraction to see in Saudi Arabia. And I think it's a welcome thing. It's a great thing to see if you're coming here. We're in the middle of the desert, off-roading, which is really crazy. Found a nice tree, took a couple of pictures, and it's going to take about another hour of off-roading to get over to the edge of the world, which is going to be pretty fun. Driving up to the area that we're trying to go to. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make the journey halfway through, at least 4 kilometers out away from the area that we're trying to go to. A car got stuck on a big hill, and our vehicle unfortunately cannot get over that hill either, so we will have to turn around. But the good thing is we are able to see the mountains and the area, the valley that we were trying to go to, and it's still pretty welcome. We can look at it from here and enjoy the view. Although we can't be there, at least we got a chance to see it and turned around not too far away from where we're supposed to be. And if you are going to be coming here, make sure you do have a off-road vehicle or a bigger vehicle that can go off-roading, and be confident. If you're not confident while driving, then maybe go with a expert. And if you are confident, take risks that you feel comfortable taking, and make sure you're not doing things out of ego, because you will get stuck or something worse could happen, because this driving in this terrain isn't for the faint-hearted. Now heading over to Fort Musmak, a fortress built in 1865 for Prince Abdul Rahman ibn Sulaiman Al Daban in modern-day Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It is a historical fort with the Battle of Riyadh happening here, one of the most important conflicts of the Saudi unification, led by Emir Abdulaziz bin Saud Al Saud, who ambushed the fort in 1902, winning the battle and completing the unification process. Right now, the fort is located in the heart of Riyadh. It has been converted into a museum which displays Saudi culture, history, and plans for the future. The museum is heavily focused on their leader Emir Abdulaziz bin Saud Al Saud, his life, and how he overcame the struggle to reunify Saudi Arabia. In the museum, you will find many artifacts like water bowls, old muskets, weapons, and attire, and many other smaller items which will take you back in history and show a different perspective in life. A surprising fact you will learn here is that Saudi Arabia has a major coffee culture, and there are many etiquettes that come with drinking coffee, like never filling a full cup of coffee for a guest, since that is considered disrespectful and a sign to ask the guest to stop drinking coffee. Saudi Arabia is investing billions into the coffee industry to become a future world leader and exporter of such coffee to diversify its economy. Now over to modern architecture. We will be checking out the 99-story, 302-meter tall Kingdom Center in the heart of Riyadh, giving you a pristine view of the entire city. Best time to go is around evening, so you can experience both the day and night view of the city. The inside of the observation deck is beautifully lit by a central light that changes colors every couple of minutes, giving an amazing vibe. As you look outside, you will see the city filled with hustle and bustle, with major roads having gridlock as far as the eye can see. The Kingdom Center also houses the world's highest mosque, located on the 77th floor of the building. The mosque is clean and sleek and doesn't feel like it's located within a ginormous skyscraper. Unfortunately, there is only a men's section for the mosque, so women won't be able to experience it, unless it be checking it out from the outside. Luckily, getting into this mosque isn't too hard, as you need to get off on the 77th floor to take another elevator to the observation deck. After Riyadh, we drove 800 kilometers southwest to Taif, a mountainous city, before leaving for Makkah, another 90 kilometers west, passing through another very mountainous terrain filled with beautiful scenery. Arriving in Makkah, you will notice they have amazing road infrastructure, with 3 ring roads, which circle Makkah, passing each mountain through tunnels. Although there is much traffic due to pilgrims in the city, you won't find much traffic because of this amazing infrastructure. Going around 8 kilometers southeast of Makkah, you will find Minna, also known as the City of Tents, which houses over 3 million Hajj pilgrims for 3 days once a year. This area was insane, with so many white tents as far as the eye can see. Now at Mount Arafat, the place where the Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of God be upon him, delivered his last Friday sermon to the Muslims who accompanied him for Hajj towards the end of his life. It's a small rocky mountain with its peak accessible through concrete stairs. You will find many people flocking here to either worship God and to check out such a historical site. Luckily, there are bathroom accommodations and many ice cream trucks to treat yourself with. Right now we're at Gar Hira, a big mountain located within Makkah, maybe a couple of kilometers away from Makkah and Masjid al-Haram, where people go to do the pilgrimage. Now the importance of this mountain is this mountain has a cave where the Prophet used to come up to worship God before and after he found out who God was. And it truly shows you the mountain itself is really big, tall, steep, and it's really rough to climb, even with stairs on it. And it truly shows you what type of pain and suffering the Prophet used to go through to find God, to worship God, and to learn from God after when he did find God. And no wonder God chose the Prophet as the person that brought Islam to the world. So it's really wonderful to be up here, and really incredible to know what type of pain the Prophet used to go up to. And another thing is that when you do climb up here and you do get to the top and you see the cave, you can worship God up here too. And you have a beautiful view of the whole city up here, which is really amazing, right? So you get 3 things: cardio, the Prophet's area where he used to worship God, where you can worship God, and a beautiful view of the city. And it's really remarkable that he used to come up here without any stairs on such a steep mountain. Now the hard part is getting down. We got up, which was hard. Now it's time to go down. Now if you do plan on coming to Makkah or Medina or coming for the pilgrimage, I would advise you guys to build up on your cardio a bit, because the last thing you want to do is not be able to climb or climb up these mountains and see such views. Finally, we can get to Masjid al-Haram, also known as the Grand Mosque, the biggest mosque in the world, containing the Kaaba, a small cube structure known as the metaphorical house of God. Around Masjid al-Haram, you have lots of roads and hotels, like the famous clock towers, which contains a massive shopping mall. Now entering Masjid al-Haram, you can only be a Muslim and pilgrim to enter its premises outside of prayer time. Do note, if you are a foreigner, it is very advisable to bring ID, your visa, and a passport, or they can and will refuse entry. I will go through a short and quick overview of how Umrah goes about. Please do your own research before going and performing Umrah or Hajj. By no means is this an educational segment of the video. First thing to do while performing Umrah is to give intention, and this can be done at a specified mosque. If a local of Makkah, you can go to Masjid Aisha on the outskirts of Makkah, where you clean up, change into your white robe, also known as a ihram, and offer a nawafil prayer of 2 rak'ah. Entering Masjid al-Haram and seeing the Kaaba for the first time, you will do a silent prayer and ask God for whatever your heart wishes for, before going and starting your tawaf, which is circling the Kaaba counterclockwise 7 times, silently or loudly supplicating your prayers. After finishing your tawaf, you perform 2 rak'ah of prayer again before walking over to Safa and Marwa, 2 big rocky hills, where you do another silent prayer before circling the 2 hills 7 times. An interesting segment they have here, which I'm not too sure about, is they have a green light on the ceiling, and when you see that green light is above you, you're supposed to lightly jog over to the other end of the light before you can proceed walking again. After you're done, you exit the premise. If you're a female, you cut a cloak of hair, and some schools of thought believe that men have to shave their head, while others believe it's a light trim. Do be advised, men shaving their head is obligated at the end of Hajj.